Welcome back, CATatoes, to my channel for a new episode of the K-drama Legacy Generation 1 Fisherman's Daughter. This is episode 3. So before we get into the full recap, let's review the characters that we met in the last episode. First up are Min's parents. So we have her father, Do-yeon, and her mother, Bong-cha. They are both very supportive of their daughter, and they really want what's best for her. And we also met the serious Ha-kun, who was Yoonah's date. Last but not least, we also met Min's brother, June, and their very fluffy, very spoiled, and very cute cat, Queen Cupcake. Now let's continue. So in the last episode, Yoonah went on the blind date that her mother had set her up on, and needless to say, it didn't go well. She was glad to have it over with, and she was also able to get promoted to the head dishwasher role at the restaurant that she's working at, which she has been super stoked about, and she spent some time with her bestie, Min, and was told by her dad that she has to go with her mom to the fish market on Sunday morning, and that is where it leads us to the start of today's episode. It was another beautiful morning in Sulani. The seagulls were calling out, waves crashing in the distance, and the chatter of the locals filled the streets down at the fish market. Just as I had promised Dad, I headed out with Mom bright and early so that we wouldn't miss the best catches of the day. The whole walk there, Mom kept going on and on about dating and what my expectations should be, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the rest was since I started tuning her out. The market was bustling, as was usual for a Sunday morning. I followed Mom around to all the different stalls, ready to be her pack mule once her decisions were made. We'd only been at it for about 15 minutes or so when she was suddenly called out to by someone nearby. It was one of the women running a table. She gestured towards my mom, who then told me to go scope out the rest of the tables to make sure we weren't missing anything, while she went to go chat. I was kind of annoyed, but relieved at the same time. I didn't care to spend the morning staring at fish on my own, but I was glad to not have to be following her around helplessly. I walked around, checking out all that I could. I did have to admit, some of the catches today were pretty impressive. Some I knew my dad would be envious of. I continued on my way and rounded a corner. The next thing I knew, I had tripped and was falling through the air. I closed my eyes and was surprised when I didn't feel the concrete under my hands, but instead, had fallen against something soft but firm. I quickly looked up and realized that I had fallen right into someone. A guy, at that, and one that seemed close to my own age. I regained my balance and pulled away quickly. "I'm so sorry. I tripped and had no idea anyone was there." The man had one hand to his forehead and the other lifted out in front, as if telling me to quiet down. Ow! Jeez, watch where you're going next time. He finally pulled his hand away from his face and looked down at me. "So, what's your deal? You need me for something? We know each other?" He raised his eyebrow in curiosity. I found myself feeling embarrassed and not knowing quite what to say. No, I just tripped, that's all. I am truly sorry. I didn't mean to bother you or get in your way." Finally managing to get something out, I quickly bowed in apology. Once again, he watched me for what felt like an eternity. Then his expression seemed to change from one of annoyance to curiosity. Wait a second. Are you Yoonah you? I looked at him in surprise. How do you know my name? He seemed just as surprised as I was. He then started to speak when I heard someone behind us calling out, "Do-hwan, you're already here!" Turning to look, I realized it was Mom and that woman she had gone to talk to at one of the fish stalls. The woman had a big smile across her face. "I see you've already met Miss Yu. I was hoping I'd introduce you two today. Now you've saved me the trouble." I looked over at what I could only assume was Do-hwan and stared at him. He gave me a little smile. "Of course, Grandma. You know me. I'm not one to wait around. I was just talking to her about that date I wanted to ask her out on." My face took on a look of surprise. Once again, I glanced over at him in confusion. "What are you talking about?" I mumbled. "Just go along with it," he muttered under his breath back to me. "That's wonderful! I'm glad to hear it. See, Soa, I told you, my grandson is a catch. He just barrels right in and gets things done." The look on my mom's face told me she wasn't super enthusiastic about this pairing. I knew it was mostly because of his tattoos and piercings. I knew my mom all too well. "Yep, that's right, Grandma. We were actually just heading out for a walk to talk about our plans." He squeezed my shoulder and looked over at me. "Isn't that right, Miss Yu?" I felt so awkward, but decided it was for the best to go along with him. After all, the sooner I did, the sooner I could get out of this whole situation. I cleared my throat. Yeah, that's right. He was just inviting me out to the beach to talk about things right before you two showed up. Do-hwan smirked. See, you heard the lady. May we be on our way? My mom put on one of her fake smiles. Oh, okay, honey. That sounds great. Have fun and be careful. I'll see you at home then. I felt bad for lying to my mom, but it was the only way I could get out of this situation. Plus, apparently we were supposed to be meeting anyway, so might as well figure out the whole story and decide what to do. Yeah, I'll see you later, Mom. With that said, we turned to leave, Do-hwan's grandmother smiling widely and giggling, Mom looking concerned. We walked in silence for a bit, and the only time he spoke was when I asked where we were going. He simply said to his favorite spot on the island, somewhere quiet where we could talk. Finally, we arrived along the shore of a small piece of the island that was far from the main beach. It was a spot I hadn't been to before, and I had to admit, it was beautiful. I loved how peaceful and quiet it was. He sat down in the sand and motioned for me to sit beside him. I did and let out a big sigh. He looked over at me with his stoic gaze. I decided to speak first. Care to explain to me what that was all about? I was surprised when his gaze changed to a look of slight embarrassment. He turned and began to tell me everything. Apparently his grandmother, Miss Yamada, had been chatting it up with my mom at the market about him and telling her how she wanted to have us go on a date. Of course, my mom had agreed since my date with Hakun Wong had been sour, and his grandma had told him my name and shown him a picture, which explained why he knew who I was. To get her off his back, he agreed to ask me out, but he mentioned multiple times that he wasn't interested in me in any way. As annoying as it was to hear, it was also relieving. He finally finished the story and asked, "Are you mad at me?" I looked out over the ocean and watched the waves rolling in, crashing softly onto the sand. Of course not. I can't be mad at you. I mean, after all, it's not like any of this was your fault. It's all our family's doing. This seemed to cheer him up. He quickly leaned forward and pointed at himself. Right? I mean, after all, it's almost impossible to be mad at a handsome face like this. I rolled my eyes. He laughed and ushered for me to stand. Now, I know we're in a sticky situation, but we'll get through this together. We'll go on that date soon. I'll contact you with all the details. Just leave it to me. He smirked and pointed at me. So, we're friends now, right? I nodded my head lightly. Great! Just remember, don't go falling for me. I know I'm pretty irresistible, so don't want to go breaking your heart. I let out a small laugh. Then his expression changed from one of joking to sincerity. For real though, thanks for going along with this. It's not easy when you have family that wants to set you up. Also, I'm serious when I say we're friends now, even though I know we just met, so if there's anything you want to know, just ask. Even though it made me a bit uncomfortable, I had to admit, his personality was far more refreshing than that of Hakun. This guy seemed much more laid back and was much easier to talk to. I wasn't interested in him in any way, but the thought of having a new friend to talk to was nice, and having someone that understood what it felt like to have pressure from their family about dating. Thanks, Do-hwan. I'll see you soon. Yoonah and Soa are back at the house after being at the fish market this morning, and she took a shower because she was feeling pretty icky from just the air and the salt and being by the sea when she was out with Do-hwan, but I'm going to change her back into her other outfit that she was wearing earlier. But yeah, so her mom also changed because she has been busy getting all of the fish prepped that they brought home from the fish market. But anyways, they are over here having a conversation. Her mom is like, so tell me about this young man Do-hwan. So you guys are going on a date, and so obviously we know that they're not seriously going to go on a real date together, but she's just telling her mom, she's like, yeah, so he's gonna text me with all the details. I got his phone number and everything. She's like, oh, are you feeling interested in him? She's like, well, he seems like a nice guy, so I mean, I'll I'll definitely go out with him. So, her mom's like, okay, honey, but she's not really feeling too thrilled about it. She's hoping that things don't really work out, but she's not going to say that out loud at the moment. And so she's like, so do you know exactly what you're doing? She's like, well, we were going to talk more about the plans, but we just kind of spent some time getting to know each other instead. And she's like, oh, okay, well, as long as you are happy and feel comfortable with him, which Yoonah, of course, is like, yeah, mom, like he was really easy to talk to. So I am looking forward to hanging out with him and getting to know him more. So yeah, we are wanting to, it's Saturday, right? So does she have work today? No, she is off. Perfect. So we are going to go ahead and we are going to head to the beach with Miin and tell her everything that happened at the fish market this morning. So let me go ahead and text our bestie here. So where is text? Don't I just have, yes, send a text. So she's like, oh my gosh, I have to tell you about something that happened at the market today. Like, are you free? Do you want to go to the beach with me? Of course, Miin is like, duh, you've got drama and a story. I am there. So let's go ahead and head on out with her. We have arrived at the beach with Miin, and it looks like our dad, of course, our dad is over here. He's always in the water. When is he not? But yeah, we are just coming in here. She's getting a glass of water, going into the locker room to change. And our sister, Hanul, decided to show up as well. So look at her guy. Okay, well, maybe not while she's on the toilet, but... And who is over here? Oh, it looks like Miin's dad is also out for a nice swim. So Doyeon is out here. So, all right, girl, let's change into your swimsuit. Let's hang out. Or maybe she just wants to chat and play some chess first. We can definitely do that. And let's see, we can get our sister, well, she's just kind of doing her thing in there. So, oh, looks like she's chatting with her dad in the locker room. So that works out. But anyways, of course, her dad has to be here chatting and whatnot. But oh no, of course I have a last exception. I feel like there's always a last exception somewhere. But okay, so we are just going to talk to Miin. We're like, okay, you wouldn't believe. Oh, hold on. Just so you guys can see, look how cute Hanul looks in this swimsuit with the little lemons. Like, isn't she so cute? She's got her hair braided, and like, I love the little ruffle look on the swimsuit. Like, it's so cute, and I think it just really suits her. It is adorable. And there goes Dad. Dear old dad. He's just so excited and happy to be swimming and whatnot. But anyway, so we are just talking to her and we're like, so yeah, we went to the fish market and everything. She's like, yeah, so what exciting thing happened there? What did you slip and fall in the water or something? Did you drop a big fish, get hit in the face by a fish? And she's like, oh my gosh, no. And of course, Dad's coming to listen. She's like, well, I actually bumped into someone, a guy. His name's Do-hwan, and it turns out he's apparently supposed to be asking me out on a date. And she's like, oh, this is juicy, Yoonah. Tell me more. Look at that look. She wants to know. She's like, I think we need to go somewhere with just the two of us so that we can chat, if you get my drift. So, okay, first I'm going to just get our sister Hanul out of our group. Just that way, it's just the two of us, me and Miin. And so let's come over here and let's swing with Miin. So let's see if we can get her to do that with us. Also, isn't her summer outfit adorable too? Like, Miin is so stylish and I'm just loving it. So she's like, come on over here to the swing, girl. Like, I need all the deets. Tell me everything I need to know. So come on over, Yoonah. You taking a while. There she is. Okay. So she's like, okay, explain to me what happened. And so Yoonah's like, okay, well, as I was saying, I went to the fish market with Mom. Yeah, I ran into this guy. So his grandmother has been trying to set us up apparently, and I had no idea what was going on, but I just went along with it. And so me and him went to go talk, and yeah, needless to say, he's not interested in me. I'm not really interested in him. He seems like a really nice guy. I mean, I'd be lying if I told you he wasn't cute. But we're gonna go on a date, but it's a pretend date. And so Miin is like, oh my gosh, Yoonah, like that is so bad. You mean you lied to your mom? She's like, I know it's not like me. I don't like to lie, and for me to lie to my mom, like, she's like, but I just, she's trying to set me up on dates, and like, I know she's not interested in this guy, and like at all because of all of his tattoos and how different he looks. But you know, it's okay. I'm just glad that I can just try to move past this, and I can basically be going on a date with someone else, and it's gonna be great, you know, and it'll get her off my back for another one. And oh my gosh, guys, look who is here. It's Hakun Wong. OMG, OMG, OMG. Look at him, so smiley. Look, he's thinking about his expensive pillows. He's over here just cruising around, checking out things at the beach. He's like, what a waste. These foolish people spend their hours out here basking in the sun. He thinks that's for fools. He doesn't see why they should be doing that. But anyways, let's see if I can have them build a sand sculpture together. I think that would be really cute while we chat. Why can't we make mini sand sculptures? Why can't I do it with me? And did she already leave or something? No, she's right there. But okay, maybe we'll just swim around together out here. Okay, swim here together. Let's just have her do that. Oh, looks like Yoonah is already out here in the water. She is just a little fish like her dad. And mean girl, you coming? Oh, there she is. Okay, great. So let's continue our conversation here like we were talking about. She's like, okay, so you're going to go on this fake date with this guy. When is the date? She's like, I don't know yet. Like, she's like, so you don't need to be like overly dressed, right? Is what you're basically telling me. She's like, yeah. So Mina's excited for her. She's like, this is such a good dramatic story. But at the same time, she feels bad because she knows like she's so tired of her mom trying to set her up. And so because her parents don't do that to her. And so she's like, this is tough for you. And I'm really sorry you're having to deal with all of this. But you know, you said he's cute, right? Can I catch a glimpse of him? And she's like, oh my gosh, of course you can. Like, I mean, I think it'd be fun for us to all hang out, but you know, I've got to do the date thing first. But after we do the date, I'll definitely introduce you to him. And she's like, that sounds great. I would love to see who he is. Like, it's no one I've met before. She's like, no, I think they moved here just like within the last year, him and his grandmother. And so, yeah, her name's Miss Yamada. And so there's just a lot going on here. And so Min is just living for it. She loves all of this juicy dating drama. Because in high school, Min was pretty much like I wouldn't say she's like a huge flirt, but she was pretty popular among all the guys. Like they all wanted to date her and be with her and things like that. And so I'm just going to have Yoonah come and sunbathe for a minute just to relax and take a deep breath. So yeah, so she knows how her friend is, but also she's only had like, I'd say probably about 2 boyfriends in her time that were like serious. And then she just kind of moved on. And so Yoonah herself, she's never really been in like a really serious relationship, like, you know, similar to me. She's gone on dates and things, but never had like a boyfriend for real. And look at Hanyul in her summer outfit. Yes, honey, you look so cute. You are a vision in yellow, and our stupid looking seagulls back there. And oh my goodness, what are you wearing, boy? I'm pretty sure I have never selected anyone to be wearing a trench coat with a swimsuit. I don't know what's going on, but anyways. So we are going to be heading on back to the house probably here in a little bit. We're just going to keep relaxing and enjoying ourselves. She's just working on getting herself a little bit of a tan, but nothing too major. We'll go ahead and stop sunbathing. She is needing to use the bathroom, and we are just going to wait until we hear from Do-hwan and eat some grub with our friends over here, and then we will go ahead and head on back home. It is later in the afternoon, and Yoonah has gotten home, and Do-hwan has just called her. He's like, hey, so I wanted to let you know, I thought about it, and I figured we could just go to one of the local cafes here in town. Would that be good for you for the, our date? Basically quotations. And she's like, yeah, that's absolutely fine. I think that's great. And he's like, so yeah, don't overdress or anything like that. I'm definitely not going to get overdressed for it. So let's just get ready. I will swing by and get you, and then we'll head on out together, and we'll do it tomorrow. So she is happy to be able to have the plan set in motion. So that way she's going to come in here and tell her mom, let her know what is going on. She's like, hey mom, I just heard from Do-hwan, and he basically said that we're gonna go out to one of the cafes here in town to have our date. And so Soa's like, I think that sounds great, honey. I hope it goes well. I know you didn't like how things went with Hakun Wong, even though I think he's going to be a very successful man. And she's like, oh my gosh, Mom, I feel like that type of success isn't everything. Like, he doesn't seem like he's a very loving individual. So her mom's like, okay, honey, but you go out with this one. But I think I'm going to go ahead and start getting something else ready in the works just in case. And so, Yoonah's like, oh my gosh, why can't my mom just leave me alone? Why does she have to do this constantly? Like, it's really annoying. But see, she had a pleasant call. Always great to take a few minutes to give a sim a call. And I did want to show you guys something. So when you look at their panel, her and Do-hwan, so we found out that he's romantic, he's a bro, and he's a party animal. And he is one of her neighbors. She does think that he is very attractive, which, I mean, he is a very attractive guy. And she thinks he is reasonable. How nice to meet a sim who seems as reasonable, well-balanced as Do-hwan, which is true because they have an understanding that they have family that's trying to hook them up and make them go on dates. And Do-hwan's sentiments are that he actually says he has a crush. And then he thinks she's an interesting sim. And what I think about this is that he just thinks she's really down to earth and cool. And he thinks she's really pretty. Like, there's nothing against it. But for him, I think that he's not like fully like, oh my gosh, like I want to date this girl, like that kind of interest, because he is kind of a romantic, so he's kind of likes to play the field a little bit. But he'd be lying if he said that he didn't think that she's cute, right? Like that he didn't have somewhat of a crush on her. Like, have you ever had that instance where you're like, you think someone's really attractive and you get excited when they talk to you, but you don't necessarily want to go out with them, but it makes you feel good when they talk to you and hanging out with them. But then I feel like there's always someone that kind of has a crush, like you wouldn't mind if it was a serious date or not. So anyways, I don't know. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I felt that way quite a bit when I was younger and entering the dating world. I just didn't know what I wanted and everything like that. But anyways, so she is going to be getting ready. I do want to prep her. It looks like we've already got the next cooking skill that we need, but we do need to prepare some food for one of our tasks, so that way we will have it ready to go when we do return to work. So I figured we can bake some treats. Oh my gosh, she's being so cute with Barum out there. So let's see, we could have her make, we've already done the tricolored dango, which I think is pretty good, but maybe we'll just make some, we already did a pie recently. We'll just do, I think, some chocolate chip cookies for our family. That way they've got a little treat for after dinner tonight and everything. And Hanyul, I believe, is still over at the beach, and you can buy beach supplies. I'll have to look to see what that actually means. But yeah, so her dad is heading out again. He is always on the go. Like, what is he doing? Oh, he's gonna go take a nap. Of course he is, poor guy. And we probably should get Hanyul to come on home soon, because she has been out for quite a while. And I keep forgetting I need to check to see how our laundry is. Okay, I think it's okay. It's not too full. I keep getting last exceptions, but I did just update my game today, so I'm hoping it's gonna be okay and nothing too crazy is gonna happen. But we do need to fill the bowl for the dog so he doesn't starve to death. And oh my gosh, what is broken? Is it our shower? It's our shower. Okay, well, let's go ahead and we will just replace it, because we do have a little bit of simoleons. And ooh, look, so her mama is feeling flirty, but then she's disgusted by trash at the same time. It's okay, we get it. So Yoonah, yeah, she's just in here getting these cookies made. She loves the smell of fresh baked cookies, which I have to admit, the waft of that in your home just smells so good. So all right, we have done that, so that should have checked that off. Yeah, it did. Great. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get everyone relaxed, get Hanyul back home, and then we will get ready and have our date tomorrow. So yeah, we're gonna have to see how things go. So I will see you guys then. Good morning, everyone. Yoonah and Hanyul have woken up together today, and they are just getting some meditation in. It looks like Yoonah just finished her session and Hanyul is still ongoing. But, Yoonah was just trying to do something while she waited for her dad to get ready, because they are about to head out fishing for the morning. She's going to go out with him. And I thought I'd show you guys, she communed with the island spirits this morning and got this island luck. Yoonah has been granted good fortune, improving her skill in motive games, which is is awesome. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and head on out with our dad to the fishing pier over here. So let's go ahead. Wow, there are quite a bit of people over here fishing this morning. I'm kind of surprised. I wasn't expecting that. So we'll go ahead and have her go fishing, and then we're also going to have him he's going to fish with bait. Oh, there's all these other things that we can do. Sometimes known as the feeder fish, the smallest species have a big place in nature's food chains. Minnows, so these are all pretty common. That's rare. Sturgeon, fish with bait. Sure, we'll try this kissing one, whatever. And so it looks like, oh my gosh, is that Miss Yamada? It is. So that is Do Hwan's grandmother. So it looks like she is over here getting herself some more fish for the fish market. So yeah, we got some things happening, and so we'll just wait for these two to make their way on over. They have arrived, and so Siine is just over here. He's like, let me give you some tips. And so they are just chatting and talking about fishing, seeing what they can catch. But he's like, so honey, I wanted to talk to you for a minute. I know your mom's been doing a lot lately, setting you up on dates and everything. And I heard about this new one you've got going. And she's like, yes. What is it that you want to ask me about? He's like, well, I just want to make sure, are you doing okay? Like, are you happy? And she's like, well, I mean, the whole thing with that Hakun Wong guy was like awful. He was just terrible. I don't think you would have liked him as a son-in-law anyways. And her dad's like, well, yeah, he seemed like he was kind of a stickler and wasn't willing to try anything, and that he didn't seem very outdoorsy, which the outdoors is super important to her dad because obviously he's a fisherman. He's obviously sick as well, got some kind of weird swirlies. But so she's like, yeah, I totally agree. And she's like, but this new guy, Do Hwan, he seems really nice. And, I don't know if it's going to turn into anything romantic, but I think he's a really great friend. And I think he could be a really great person just to be around. And he's like, okay, well, that sounds great, honey. And he doesn't honestly really care who she ends up with as long as it's someone that will just fit in with their family well and be accepting. And he just called the heart of Sulani. What does that even mean? What does that mean? Let's take a look. I'm going to look at his inventory. Look at all these things we have. So the fingers of Sulani and the heart of Sulani, are these like jewelry? Oh, interesting. So like, can I drag it out? I don't know. Anyways, we'll look at that later. So yeah, he's happy for his daughter, and he just wants her to be happy and to feel loved. So he's not putting any pressure on her in any kind of way. And look, Yoonah is now at level 2, so she can catch bass, koi, and trout from fishing spots that contain them. So anyways, she's like, well, I'm going to be heading out with Do Hwan soon to go to the cafe. So is there anything else you wanted to talk with me about? And he's like, oh no, I just wanted to make sure that you're doing okay. Like, let me know if there's anything I can do, or, I'll try to calm your mom down, but you know how she is. And she's like, yep, well, I got to head out, Dad. I'm going to be late. So guys, we are going to head on over to the cafe to meet up with Do Hwan. We have arrived at the cafe, and here is Do Hwan. He looks super cute, and you can see the rest of his tattoos that he's got going on. But yeah, so here we are. Let me show you guys this build here. So this is our local cafe here at the beach. So you can see it's got a lovely little dock over here in the water with beautiful area to sit and relax under the little cute pergola thing. And so let's go ahead and check out the interior. So this is the upstairs. When you come on in, they've got these great window seats, which I am loving. And then we got some nice bathrooms. So it's very cozy. I really like the vibe of this place. So let's get them to come on in here together, and we're going to order some drinks for here. So she's going to let's just get the barista's recommendation, because I don't even know what that would be. So anyways, who is this? I want to see who our barista is. I don't know who this guy is. So we have Paul Redburn. Yeah, Paul Redburn. And then we have Young Boo, some guy over here. He looks very important and very angry. But she is just sitting in here. And Do Hwan, where did you go? Do Hwan? He's swimming. Of course he's swimming. Okay, let's see if we can get them to come on out, and we need to have them chat. So it looks like she has gotten an espresso. That was the barista's recommendation. So is she still waiting? It says she's still waiting. So yeah, oh, looks like she got instead, hold up, that one I guess wasn't for her. Oh, it's still just another espresso. So anyways, let's go ahead and have them come on in here. I want to pick a nice table. Let's just have them, oh, that's cool. It's like see-through. Wow. Okay. Well, anyways, I want to have them come in here and sit together so that they can chat about everything that's going on. And oh, there's a ladder here. That is cool. And dang boy, look at all yo tats. Look at him. Do Juan, man, you got a lot of ink. I didn't see all of that coming. But okay, they're going to come over here and chat. Get your clothes back on. Oh my gosh, he sunk into the dock. He sunk. There we go. Okay, he's back. So we're going to have them chat. So have her come over here and make some conversation. Okay, they are finally sitting down to chat and just see how things are going to go. But she's like, hey, so what is our plan? Like, what are we wanting to do? And he's like, well, I figured, just tell your mom, like, we just decided to be friends. And that, she's like, yeah, my mom doesn't really want me to date you anyways. To be honest, she does not like guys with tattoos or piercings. She just assumes that they're bad news. And he's like, oh, trust me, I'm totally used to it. Like, that doesn't bother me. So don't worry about offending me. She's like, oh, okay, well, thanks for understanding. And he's like, yeah, of course, absolutely. And he's like, plus, I'm kind of a non-committal guy, committal guy, something like that. He's like, I've been trying to figure out what I want. He's like, I'm going to be honest. I think you're pretty cute and everything, but I'm not ready to just 100% settle down. And so Spirited. Looks like Yoonah just befriended a Spirited Sim. Spirited Sims have a lust for life, spreading good vibes wherever they go and easily becoming the life of the party. So yeah, I'd say she likes Spirited Sims. He's so easy to get along with, and she just loves that about him. And so they're going to just keep on chatting, and she's like, yeah, oh, also my friend Mean's been wanting to know who you are since I told her kind of about what happened. And he's like, oh, really? Well, I'd love to meet this friend of yours. Is she cute? And she's like, well, I mean, she's my best friend, so I think she's pretty cute. And so he's like, best friend, huh? Yeah, I mean, I definitely like to meet her. We could all go to the beach or something sometime. And she's like, yeah, absolutely. I think that would be great. And so, they're really enjoying just how laid back their relationship is. And he's like, so did anything else happen after the whole fish market? And she's like, well, no, I just hung out with my friend yesterday, and I did go fishing with my dad this morning. He's like, oh, so fishing. So your dad's a fisherman, is he? And she's like, yeah, he is. He goes out for quite a while sometimes. And, so then, oh, it looks like he's telling her about how, yeah, they did move here within the last year, him and his grandma. He's like, yeah, my family, they travel abroad a lot for all their work, and I don't really fit into what they like. So my grandma decided to take me in, let me stay with her. And so, yeah, I'm just kind of doing my own thing. And, she respects that. She gets it. So he is just having a really great time. He is really excited about the thought and idea of meeting more people and having friends, because he doesn't know like a whole lot. And he's like, I'd be lying if I told you I didn't get myself into a little trouble here and there. She's like, really? I had no idea. He's like, what? This face, these looks, I can't help myself. It just, trouble finds me sometimes, And so, yeah, I think that's pretty funny. So we're going to let them just keep on chatting. It is getting closer to dinner time, so we're not going to spend too much longer, but I'm really happy that things seem to be going super well between these two. And we're definitely going to have to introduce Mean and Dohwan to each other, because they're both kind of curious. He's heard about her friend now, and then she has heard about him. And so, the curiosity is just growing amongst them. So I can't wait to see what happens when we do introduce them. So I'm thinking maybe we'll do that maybe tomorrow, sometime this week. I don't know. I know she does have work, so we're going to have to just see how it goes. And well, we have a new barista, and this is Yoonji Kim. And oh my goodness, I really like his hair and like this subtle red tint around his eyes. It's actually really cool looking. And there's just so many people here, and I'm really liking that. But I'm so glad to see that they are just chatting it up, chatting away, having such a good time. And of course, people keep coming to join our table. Of course, but you know, it's okay, it's fine. But they've really built up their relationship. Like, you see how they're happy. And I think that, yeah, they're officially considered friends now. They do have amazing compatibility, which is great, which, you know, I feel like they're almost like a brother and sister kind of relationship. I can't see them actually being in a relationship together, like romantically. Like, they just don't strike me as that. I just see them as being really good, close friends that have each other's backs because they just have such a good foundation with that understanding of their similarities with how their families are in their relationship lives. So anyways, we're gonna head on back because it is close to dinner time. She's like, it's been so great spending time with you, Do-hwan. Thanks for the invite. I'll just let my mom know that we just decided, you know, we just like hanging out as friends. I think it'll make her really happy. He's like, yeah, don't worry. And I've got a handle with my grandma. She's kind of used to me just having things not work out. So she's like, okay, well, thanks so much, Do-hwan. I will see you later. Yoonah has gotten back to the house so that she can make dinner for her family. She is always pretty much the designated person that makes the meals most of the time, just because her mom is always busy just maintaining the house and getting all the groceries done. And plus, she doesn't mind cooking. She loves it so much. And so she is making some, it's not fish tacos, was it? No, just some fish and chips for everybody. And oh my gosh, of course, Hanul is out here too. What is she making? I don't even know. Let's take a look, see what her say. Veggie burgers. Okay, girl, you going on a diet? I guess she is. But anyways, so she is just trying to get in here to make some dinner. And then of course her mom is like, so tell me how things went with Do-hwan. And she's like, well, you know, Mom, I think it went pretty good. He's a really nice guy. I really enjoyed spending time with him, but you know, romantically, I just don't think we feel that way towards each other. Like, he's a cute and he thinks I'm cute, but it's just, you know, something's just missing, some kind of spark. And I view us as being more of just friends. And so her mom's like, oh, I'm sorry about that, honey. But inside she's thrilled, and she can tell. She knows her mom way too well. And so her mom's like, phew, he dodged a bullet with that one. He could have been in a gang or something terrible with all those tattoos. Oh, but she's like, oh, honey, don't you worry. I've actually found another nice young man. And she's like, oh my gosh, Mom, seriously? Like, can you just like can you let me go a week without having a single date? She's like, well, honey, you know, time is of the essence. And so she's just like, oh my gosh, Mom, seriously, fine. I'll go on one more date for you. But then I want you to leave me alone for a little bit. And she's like, oh, honey, you know, fine. Okay, I'll set you up with this one. And I just want you to know that things are going to go great. I think this one will be really great. I hear he's such a sweet boy, a really nice guy, and that there will be nothing for you to worry about. And okay, I don't think her mom is much of a jokester, honestly. Honestly, I really don't think that. So that's why I'm going to say no on that one. But yeah, so Yoonah has to come out here to chat with Barum because she's just so agitated. She's like, can you believe, Mom? Like, oh my gosh, like, why can she not just like leave me alone? Like, I know she wants the best for me and I love that she cares about me and things like that, but like, for real, this is just so annoying and frustrating. And you know, I totally get it, but I guess from her mom's viewpoint, she just wants to make sure that her daughter is looking and seeing all her options because she knows her daughter is not like going out to meet guys or things like that. And so I think that just worries her. And her mom is kind of like in the know. Like, if she, like how she goes to the fish market every week, she knows what's going on, all the gossip around town, because it's not like a huge town, but they know that they've had more people moving in lately. And there are some smaller like villages nearby. So she has been communicating with some of the other families in the area, and so yeah, that is why things are just working the way that they are. And I have been wanting to see what this means. Summon island elementals. Does that mean she just summons the spirits, like the little floaty things, the blue floaty things, communing with Sulani elemental? Oh, like a whole ghost is here. So hello, Sulani elemental Afu Savia. So I guess we will ask for judgment. What does that even mean? I don't know. Let's come to a respectful introduction because I feel like if it's like an island spirit from long ago, we should be respectful, right? And honor them. I just wanted to see what this is. He doesn't have a good impression of us. And girl, I know you don't have a crush on a spirit. Oh my gosh, this is so... Yoonah has denied her connection to the islands and their culture. The elementals are not pleased. Oh no. Oh no. This is not good. Okay, like there's all these spirits showing up now. Like, well, how do we make can we give flowers to them to like try to cheer them up? Like, we're like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to deny my island roots. It's not what we were trying to do. Like, is there some kind of a benefit? She's gonna give him flowers. Does he like them? Oh, okay. Oh, no, it's the romance skill. No, I'm not trying to build a relationship with a ghost. No, that's not what I meant to do. Oh my gosh. I am not very good at this. Anyways, I just want to end this because that's just weird. Just go away, spirits. I feel uncomfortable that you're all here and I don't need to talk to your long lost ghost. I guess I have to work on my, Sulani, isn't there like a Sulani skill to like learn about the culture or something? And oh my gosh, you should not have a phone if you're a ghost from long ago. But let's go ahead and get her in here. Get away from these ghosts. Of course, our toilet. Oh my gosh, I didn't mean to just spend $900 to replace this toilet. I hate myself. I only have 350 simoleons now. Oh, that was a terrible idea. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. So thank you so much for joining me today. We experienced a lot with meeting Do Hwan and going out on our date with him, letting our mom know that it's not going to work out. We need to introduce Do Hwan and Min to each other. And apparently we have some other mysterious date to go on with some new guys. So we're going to have to see what goes on with that. That should be interesting. And then we also spent some time with our dad. And that was funny when we ran into Hakun Wong at the beach again. But anyways, if you guys liked this episode, please give it a like. And don't forget to drop a comment down below. And if you aren't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the future episodes for this Legacy Challenge. And once again, Tater Tots, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you next time. See ya!